Yeah! Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, man. Running Back Nation, what is good? How you doing this morning, man? Thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out. Another edition of Running Back NBA Live, where I, DJ Eastwood, talk about NBA games that happened last night. I was supposed to say something about being a 76ers fan, how I'm tired of watching and talking about the 76ers. Oh, yeah. DJ Eastwood, the host of Run It Back Philly. I forget, man. It doesn't matter. Thank you for being here. Who's in the chat, man? Yo, Church. Message retracted. Okay. Jabros, what's up, man? Gooseman, Jay will get called for a foul, so Book can't bitch. He did get a tech that's not on OKC like y'all want to claim. Okay. Thunder Up. Sketch 7, what's going on, man? Discipline 2030. Suns losses are getting closer. Next game they might lose by only 7. Nah, this game was a blowout, bro. The game was a total blowout. If you watched the game, OKC was up by 27 in the third quarter. And I'm going to tell you what happened if you didn't watch it. It's okay. But here's what I do want to say. Hold on, we got a super chat, man. Thank you for the super chat. Who super chatted? Where's it at? Why can't I see it? There it is. JC Franklin, thank you for the content. Thunder fans started watching you after infamous McCain vid. That seems to be where everybody found my channel, from the Jared McCain rant video after the 76ers traded Jared McCain. That seems to be where everybody found it from, man. And yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Did you guys see the draft coin flips? No, I don't know anything about that. I'm not watching the NFL draft. I'm watching NBA basketball, man. That's why we're here. All right, here's what I want to say, man. I watched the first half of the Thunder Suns game last night. And I didn't watch the second half because I went to bed, because over here on the East Coast, it was like 11:30 by the time the second half starts. So I woke up this morning, and all I saw on the internet was a bunch of bitching. And I'm going to admit something. You see, there's this clear, like, you can spin a narrative. You can spin a narrative if you want to, and this is a major problem. This is a major problem with a lot of things. Like, you could take somebody's speech on TV and clip a couple of things out of it and run a whole show about how he's ruining the world, right? But in sports, it works the same way. You don't watch the whole game. You just take 2 or 3 things that happened, compile it together, and build a narrative. And then everybody that didn't watch the game opens up Twitter, and they're like, oh my God, how could this happen? Oh my God, the NBA needs to do something about this. Oh my God, the NBA, this is an atrocity. I heard Scott Van Pelt saying he doesn't like to watch the Oklahoma City Thunder. He doesn't like to watch SGA play basketball because it's an auto whistle. My mind is blown. Because every time I watch an Oklahoma City Thunder game, all I see is them destroying the other team by putting the ball in the hoop more than the other team puts the ball in the hoop. I don't see this narrative that people talk about. I don't see it. I see the SGA drive to the rim and get body slammed like 15 times a game. He gets some foul calls. I just don't. Every time I watch it, I'm like, they're just killing this team. But if you didn't watch it, you would just see these things on Twitter. And I almost fell for it. I want to let you guys know I almost fell for it. I woke up, I looked at Twitter, and I was like, oh my God, this is bad. This is bad. This looks really bad for OKC and the officials. This is bad. And then I went and I watched the game. And that's not at all what happened. First of all, let's just put this out there. All right? SGA shoots 9 free throws per game. 9. Luka Doncic shoots 11.1. Denny Avdia shoots 10.1. Denny fucking Avdia shoots more free throws per game than SGA. Let's take it a step further. The Oklahoma City Thunder averaged 23 free throws per game. The average free throws per game for a team in the NBA is 24.5. The Oklahoma City Thunder shoot 1.5 less free throws per game than the average NBA team. The Orlando Magic led the NBA in free throws per game this season. The numbers don't match the narrative. So OKC shoots 1.5 less free throws per game than the rest of the NBA, and their net rating is a plus 11.1. Maybe, just maybe, they're just way better than everybody. And yeah, you could pick out 3, 4, 5 parts of a game and say, look what happened. This is how OKC wins games. And then you watch the game and it's just not true. It's just not true. This game in particular, the Oklahoma City Thunder shot 22 free throws. I mean, the Phoenix Suns shot 22 free throws. The Oklahoma City Thunder shot 25. The Oklahoma City Thunder shot 3 more free throws than the Phoenix Suns in this game, and they were up by 27 in the third quarter. Make it make sense. I'm just making it make sense. And I know people are going to, non-Thunder fans are going to say, why are you glazing the Thunder, and you're just glazing the Thunder for views now and all this stuff. No, I'm just watching Thunder games, and I'm not seeing what everybody's seeing. And I only really started watching Thunder games when Jared McCain got traded there. I'm not seeing this narrative, and the numbers don't back it up. The real reason the Suns lost the game is because they shot 32% from the field in the third quarter and 20% from 3. They got so many good looks in the third quarter and bricked absolutely all of them. Dylan Brooks, Devin Booker, Jalen Green. They were bricking for chicken the whole third quarter, and they got blown out. They got blown out. They did make a run in the fourth quarter. I got to give them credit. Now, I didn't think the Thunder were going to bring their starters back in the game. And so they sit SGA and Jalen Williams at the same time. And the Suns made a run. And I still want to credit Dylan Brooks for how hard he plays the game. He's a lot of fun to watch. He never gives up. He never stops trying. I do think he was going a little extra try hard when SGA was on the bench to start the fourth quarter, and that was a part of that run. And they got it all the way down to 10 points. They got it all the way down to 10 points. So the Suns did make a little bit of a run, but it never really felt like the Suns were going to win the game. It never really, like the game before the third quarter, the whole first half, the game was kind of close, like within 10 points. But it was just a steady 10 points the whole time. It never really felt like the Suns were gaining control of the game. It felt like a blowout the whole time, but it was only like 10 points, then 15 points. Then they smacked them in the third quarter, and it was a 27-point lead in the third quarter. And again, they made a run in the fourth when SGA went to the bench, because I think OKC was planning on sitting the starters for the fourth quarter. They were up by 27. Suns made a run, got it down to 10. And then OKC locked in. They have way too many good players. I don't know how everybody's blaming this on officials. If you watch the game, this is exactly what happened. Everybody locked in and they put it away in the fourth quarter. The OKC has too many good players. You're double teaming SGA. Lou Dort's hitting threes. You're double teaming SGA. Jalen Williams is hitting threes. AJ Mitchell's hitting threes. You name it. Chet Holmgren had 5 blocks. Chet Holmgren had 5 fucking blocks in the game. He was smacking everything. He had 2 blocks in 1 possession. They have too many good players. The Suns are outmatched. The Suns don't really have a chance in the series. They did get it down to 10 points. They made a nice little run. They played with... I thought they played harder in this game than they played in game 1. I thought they put up more of a fight. But come on, man. It's a wrap. And we're going to talk about the officials, because I'm going to go through the actual plays that I was presented to on Twitter, and we're going to decide if they're, flops or not, or fouls or not. But that's not why OKC won the game. And I think I was going to make a video talking about these calls and saying, like, this is bad for the NBA and this isn't a good look and everything else. And then I watched the game, and it just totally flipped the narrative, and I rewrote my whole notes and everything. Because these 4 or 5 plays that you're going to see have nothing to do with how the game actually went down. I am having fun in this series watching Dylan Brooks crash out. I want to say that. This is fun. Even if it's a 50-point blowout, it's entertaining. It's like a VH1 TV show. You get to watch Dillon Brooks crash out on a nightly basis, so that's fun, even if all of these games are blowouts. But again, I do think the Suns made a little bit of a run. I do think the Suns played harder. They played more physical. They played better defense in this game. It didn't matter. This is a sweep. Jalen Williams was great in the first half. He was 8 for 9, I think, in the first half. He's way too good. Chet Holmgren was way too good. He had 5 blocks. SGA's way too good. SGA bent his fingers backwards in the first couple of minutes of the game and continued to dominate. Like, I thought he was going to go out of the game and not come back. He bent his fingers backwards so hard, and he didn't even come out of the game. He just kept playing. He's holding his hand in pain the whole time. Let's see if we can get this up here. See if we can get this up here. Oh, that's not it. Hold on, that's the wrong one. Oh, here we go. This is the one. I want to see this one first. I want to see where he... And I don't even... Yeah, and see, no foul was called there. So everybody with the whole, like, oh my God, SGA just drives in and gets layups, gets foul calls the whole game. No foul was called there. Look at his hand on the floor. Can you see it? Oh, the Twitter thing is in the way. Can you see it there? His fingers bend backwards really hard. So that hurts, but he stayed in the game. And this was fun. Dillon Brooks was talking trash to him a little bit, trying to get in his head, and SGA just cooked the living hell out of him one-on-one and then gave him the finger coming back down the court. Buckets, give me that. Watch this. Hold on. Oh, let's watch it from this angle. Yeah, you can't guard me, Splash. He points at him, but hold on. And then he does, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, bro. And they're friends. They play together in Canada, you know, but it is getting a little bit personal. And we got some quotes from the Suns players after the game, and the Suns players, you know, I actually think this is a bad look by the Phoenix Suns to get destroyed in the third quarter like that and then cry about officiating at the end of the game. So let's just go right to it. Let's go to all of the plays that I was presented with this morning when I woke up and I looked at Twitter. Here's all the plays that I was presented with, and we're just going to decide if they are fouls or not fouls. Okay, let's see if we can do a window capture here. Where's my come on, man. Not that. There we go. Let's see if we can do it this way. Okay, we'll do it this way. Well, let me fit to screen. One-man band. I'm a one-man band, man. Transform fit to screen. Okay, there we go. Now, let's go. Damn, where's my notes? All right, here we go. Let's see if we can do it this way. So, there was a double technical foul on Dillon Brooks and Lou Dort, and then Devin Booker got called for a technical foul for saving the ball in bounds. This is the one play that everybody's definitely crying about. And so let's look at this one. Let's look at this one and decide what's going on here. All right, let's see. Double technical foul on Dillon Brooks and Lou Dort. Dillon Brooks throws a fit right here, dude. I'm telling you, man, even if the games are blowouts, watching Dillon Brooks crash out is hilarious, dude. Like, it's hilarious. All right, let's see what the double tech was for. Right here. Okay. All right, a little shove after the play. Lou Dort gives it back to him. I mean, honestly, Lou Dort didn't do anything. Dillon, hard box out. Got beat on the box out. He actually just got beat on the box out and got mad about it. Gives him a shove there. And, I mean, I don't even know how Lou Dort got a technical for that. But let's look at Devin Booker. He gets a technical for saving the ball in bounds. And I saw this play, and this is one that everyone's talking about. They're talking about it on ESPN. They're, you know, here you go. Here you go. Devin Booker's going to save the ball in bounds and get a technical foul. Who gave him the T? Was it the ref on the baseline or the half-court line? All right, so this is what everyone's mad about. The ref didn't call the technical foul right away. Alex Caruso walks over to him and tells him to call a technical foul. Look, he's like, you hit him with the ball. That's a tech. And then they gave him a technical foul. My vote for this one is, that is terrible. That's bad officiating. That's horrible. You can't do that. You can't call it one way, and then a player tells you to call a technical foul, and you call a technical foul. You can't do that. That's terrible. That is terrible. But it had absolutely nothing to do with how the Suns lost this game. But I agree that's a terrible call. But if you just compile all of these things, then you can make it look like the Oklahoma City Thunder won the game because the refs gave them every call, and that's not what happened. Devin Booker, offensive foul at midcourt. Let's check this one out. People are mad about this one. Let's check this one out. Let's see. Offensive foul at midcourt. Where are we at? All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the swim move and the push down on Caruso. And people were mad about this one. Now, there's another angle here, I believe. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Caruso. Booker, a little elbow to the head, and then shoves him. I mean, what? Guys, what are we talking about here? I mean, you elbowed him in the back of the head, and then you pushed him onto the floor. Let's see it again. Come on. Here we go. All right. Caruso gets into him a little bit. Elbow to the back of the head. Shoves him onto the floor. I mean, how is that not going to be called a foul, Devin Booker? I'm confused about that one. So we're 1-1 here. We got one bad call, and we got one call that I think is another Devin Booker offensive foul. And see if it was an offensive foul. Okay, I think I know which one we're talking about here, because this one I was watching live in the first half, and this is the one where he hit Caruso in the face, and they called this an offensive foul. And I got to be honest with you on this one. OKC fans, be objective. It's okay. This is a terrible call. I hate this so much. All right, let's watch the play first. He got called for an offensive foul for this. That's a terrible call. That's a terrible call live, okay? First of all, if I'm shooting the ball and you put your face in the way, it's a defensive foul. Is it a defensive foul on your face? Yes. You literally fouled me with your face. I'm shooting the ball. You hit my shooting motion with your face. I will never understand how the NBA calls this an offensive foul. It doesn't make sense at all. And they reviewed it. The worst part is they reviewed it. And they said he made a non-basketball move. Guys, we have NBA officials that don't understand the game. They reviewed it, and they said he made a non-basketball move. He got Caruso to bite on the pump fake, and he shot the ball. Are we calling this a non-basketball move? Be honest with me. Be honest with me. In super slow-mo, you can say he poked his elbow out, but that's not. You can't do that. You can't slow it down frame by frame and say, well, right here at this millisecond, he threw his elbow out. No, he shot the damn ball, and Caruso hit him with his face. So I'm being objective on all of these. I don't agree with that one either. That's a bad call. But again, has nothing to do with how the Suns lost the game. But it is a bad call. Now we got some SGA push-offs that people are mad about. All right, let's look at this. SGA gets away with a push-off right here. People are really upset about this one. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. You know, lean in, shoulder to the chest, extends with the elbow. Yeah, that's a push off if I've ever seen one. But not why OKC won the game. Not why the Suns lost the game. But I agree the officials missed that call. Let's keep going. These are all the things that I saw when I woke up this morning. And I opened up Twitter, and the entire NBA world was crying about officials. These are all the things I saw. Now they showed this Chet Holmgren flop under the rim right here on a box out. Yes, that's a flop. Yes, he grabs the arm and falls over. That's the old James Harden special. He grabs the arm and then he falls backwards while holding his arm. Yes, that's a terrible call. The referees need to not call it. And if you want players to stop doing stuff like this, you got to control it. You got to stop calling it, number one, and you got to review every play after a game, and you have to send players fines for playing this way. I don't know why the NBA hasn't fixed it yet. I'm not blaming OKC for this. I'm saying if the NBA wants players to not do this, because everybody does it every game. Every team does it every game. They were supposed to be fining players for doing stuff like this a couple years ago, and they never did it. This is the NBA's fault. That's what this is. But yeah, that's a flop. That's a flop. All right, what do we got next? We got a couple more. We got another Chet Holmgren apparent flop that people are mad about. Let's see this one. I think we're at 3-1. I think we're at three calls that I agree with, one call that I think was a good call. We're still good, right? We're still good, right? I just got a warning. We're still live? Chat, let me know if we're still live. Somebody drop in the chat that we're still live. I just got a YouTube warning for, I think the C word, man. I think the copy/right word for showing NBA plays live. But they didn't take the stream down, all right. We're still good. All right, here's one people are complaining about. Chet Holmgren. Let's see this one. Yeah, I hate this play too. But again, everybody does it. But Devin Booker does this. It's funny that the Suns are complaining about this because Devin Booker does this all the time. Yeah, that's a terrible call. And Gucci Mane's right here, bro. He's right here. How do referees not know the rules of the game? It's not a shooting foul if it's not a natural shooting motion. So how does a referee watch him turn sideways and throw his body into the arm of the defender and call it a foul? I have no clue. It's a bad call. But again, not the reason the Suns lost the game. We got one on SGA here. Let's see this one. Let's see this one here. Oh, this is the one that Dylan Brooks got mad about. And I'm going to show you a different angle on this one because this one is a foul. SGA gets rid of the ball and falls down right there. They call a foul. Dylan Brooks is calling it a flop. But I got to show you a different angle because from that angle, you might think, yeah, that's a flop. Here's the other angle. Let's see this one. Here's the other angle. This one's from the rafters, okay? Look. I don't know if Dylan Brooks thinks they're playing football or not, but you can't do this. All right, look. Can you see it on the screen? Yeah, there you go. Boom! Come on, man. Bang. I mean, yeah, you fouled him, you know? Did he fall when he could have stayed on his feet? Maybe, but he was honestly off of his feet because he throws the pass like that. He's on one foot, and you chest bumped him. Yeah, that's a foul. So that one's not a flop, and everyone's calling that one a flop. What else we got? Okay, let's go to Devin Booker's postgame, Dylan Brooks' postgame, and then SGA's reply to that. Good calls versus bad calls. What was the count there for good calls versus bad calls? It was like two good calls and 3 bad calls. You're telling me that's the difference in the game? You're telling me you lost the game because the referees made 3 bad calls? Again, the Thunder shot 3 more free throws than the Suns did in this game, and they were up by 27 in the third quarter. It's just not true. Let's listen to Devin Booker postgame because this one's kind of going viral. Let's hear what he said. Let's hear.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but even the broadcast was confused by your tech. What was the explanation that you got?
I still haven't got one. It's definitely something that has to be looked into. I heard Caruso tell him to call the tech, and, he ended up doing it. So
yeah, I agree with that. He saved the ball in bounds, and Caruso told the official that he hit the player with the ball, and then the ref called the foul. Like, you can't be listening to players on the court and then being like, oh, yeah, you're right, call the foul. I agree with that.
That's one ref. In my 11 years, I haven't called a ref out by name, but James was terrible tonight, through and through. It's bad for the sport, bad for the integrity of the sport. People are going to start viewing this as a WWE, if they're not held responsible.
Similar thing for you on the offensive foul with Caruso where you didn't get an explanation there either?
Yeah, and then the very next play said unnatural shooting motion that
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Caruso, but Caruso's moving forward on that. And if that's unnatural shooting motion compared to what guys are doing to get fouls nowadays, like you can play them side by side, and I'll let you guys be the judge.
I agree with
pull
that.
The clips, run it back. I'm surprised this is happening on national TV in playoff games.
So we're talking about 2 bad calls in a game that you were down by 27 in the third quarter. We're talking about 2 bad calls. Why don't you guys talk about why you were down by 27 in the third quarter? Why are you up in a post game talking about 2 bad calls?
Look, how hard is that to play through?
It's hard. It just feels disrespectful. I know I haven't won it.
All right, I've heard enough of that. Let's listen to Dillon Brooks' post game. Hold on. That's the wrong one. Let's listen to Dillon Brooks' post game. Hear what he had to say about his friend SGA.
First quarter was good. Our defense at times were good. And it's our spacing. It's good too.
Curious, obviously, the end of the game with you and Shea. I know you didn't hit him that hard enough to him to go down like that. Maybe just take me through what you're seeing and what the officials are trying to explain and how you're seeing that at the end there.
To be honest, I don't know. Y'all should be interviewing the officials for real.
We would if we could.
That should be a new thing in the NBA. Officials got to explain themselves because it's getting ridiculous, and then you can see it starts getting fiery, and there's no control out there, and now they're just whistling on one side.
Whistling on one side. Again, like the numbers don't back it up. You shot 22 free throws, they shot 25 free throws. The numbers don't back it up. The numbers don't back it up. What did SGA say? Here's what SGA said.
We just speaking of his usual antics, we just had a chat with him in the locker room, and he was complaining about flopping and flailing, and the kind of things people tend to complain about with you. I'm sure you heard some of that on the court as well. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I can't control what Dillon or anybody else on the other side is going to complain about. All I can do is try to go out there and win basketball games for my team. But yeah, I mean, Dillon's doing what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to bring energy to the game and rile up the game. And once again, he did a good job of bringing energy to the game tonight. It was super fun out there. I love playing against him.
Yo, do you know how savage it is for somebody to insult you and complain about the way that you were playing the game, and your reply is a compliment? He replies by complimenting Dillon Brooks. Yeah, the Suns are outmatched. They don't stand a chance. They got destroyed in the third quarter. I didn't think OKC was going to bring their starters back in the game. They made a little bit of a run in the fourth quarter, got it all the way down to 10 points, and OKC put it away again. Yes, there was 2, 3, 4, 5 bad calls. We could probably look on the other side and find 3, 4, or 5 bad calls for the Phoenix Suns also. This one-sided narrative on Twitter, it just bothers me because if people didn't watch the game, this is what they get. And they just convince themselves that OKC gets all the calls and the officials and the NBA wants them to go back to the NBA Finals. It doesn't make sense because wouldn't the NBA want a bigger market in the NBA Finals? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But anyway, watch the game. That's all I'm saying is watch the game, maybe. If you see a narrative on Twitter or on Facebook or wherever else, just do the due diligence of going and watching the game yourself. Because 4 bad calls by bad officials, yes, NBA officials are bad. 4 bad calls is not why the Suns lost this game and is not why the Suns are losing this series. The Suns are losing this series because they are nowhere near as deep and talented as the Oklahoma City Thunder. But I'm just here to give you the facts, man. I'm just here to give you the facts. Now, let's talk about the Orlando Magic versus the Detroit Pistons. Because I had a take after the Orlando Magic won Game 1. I thought they looked so much different in Game 1 than they did at the end of the season against the Philadelphia 76ers in the play-in. And so I thought maybe, I was like, are the Pistons trolling us? Are the Detroit Pistons trolling us? Were they bad on purpose in the play-in tournament to avoid the Boston Celtics to play the Detroit Pistons in the first round? And then they played the way that they did against the Pistons in the first game, and I was like, that's it. They're trolling us. This is actually a good team now. But now I realize the Orlando Magic are bipolar. The Orlando Magic are clinically bipolar. I have never seen a team play as good one game and horribly bad the next. And actually, they were still playing good in the first half. They had an epic third quarter collapse. The first half, the same thing was happening that I thought was happening in Game 1. The Magic were playing with intensity. They were playing with energy. They were moving the ball well. Jalen Suggs was shooting the lights out. Paolo Banchero was being aggressive. They were feeding off of him. He was kicking the ball out on double teams and things like that. The Detroit Pistons, I thought, were having the same issues. Jalen Duren was a no-show again in the in the second quarter. He had 4 field goal attempts in the whole game in Game 1. He had 4 field goal attempts in the first half in Game 2. So he was a little more aggressive in the first half, but not much. Like, I still didn't think Jalen Duren was involved enough in the first half. So I was sitting back here saying the same thing's happening with the Detroit Pistons. The Magic look good again. The Magic are going to beat them again. And then the third quarter happened. And the Orlando Magic had one of the most epic collapses in this third quarter I have ever seen in a playoff game. Let me tell you, they gave up a 27-3 run. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Orlando Magic were tied with the Detroit Pistons at halftime, and then they came out in the third quarter and they gave up a 27-3 run and got blown out of the building. And they completely collapsed, bro. Every single thing that could have go wrong for them went wrong for them in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the third quarter. They turned the ball over 4 or 5 times in a row. They bricked every single shot they put up. They couldn't make a single shot, and they were getting open shots. They were blowing layups. They were shooting. Paolo was shooting air balls. They had some terrible turnovers. They could hardly even get the ball across half court. Tristan Da Silva threw the ball out of bounds at half court, trying to get the ball to Jalen Suggs, who was 3 feet in front of him. The Orlando Magic at the start of the second half of this game, it was like the what's on the movie Space Jam, where they took the players' talent and they couldn't play basketball anymore. It was crazy how they fell apart to start the second half and gave up a 27-3 run. And on the other end, man, Cade Cunningham was going bonkers to start the second half. He was just attacking the paint relentlessly, hitting tough jumpers, tough fadeaway mid-ranges, finishing through contact. One was on a fast break, a spin between 3 defenders, and one through contact. Cade Cunningham took the game over himself to start the third quarter. I think he went on an 8-0 run himself in the middle of an 11-0 run that turned into a 27-3 run. And the Orlando Magic completely collapsed. So the Orlando Magic have morphed back into, and this is actually I got the wrong damn stats on the screen. The Orlando Magic morphed back into themselves last night. They scored 83 total points. They scored 83 total points. And yeah, and here's an example of what Cade Cunningham was doing in the second half of this game. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Paolo. Look at Paolo trying to guard him. Watch this.
He goes in and out.
Watch this other angle right here. Let's go. Man got crossed out of his shoes. Holy hell. There was some fun segments in the second half of this one. Isaiah Stewart had a crazy block on Jalen Suggs. Then he had a crazy block on Paolo Banchero. Then Paolo Banchero dunked all over him and was talking trash, but the Orlando Magic were already down by 20 at this point. Here's the block on Suggs. This one was crazy. If you didn't see this. Let me get it back. Jalen Suggs just running full speed down the court, tries to bring some life back to his team. Maybe I'll just sprint the length of the court and dunk on somebody. And Isaiah Stewart said this.
Have scored 3 points. Suggs drive, shot blocked by Stewart.
That was amazing. Now watch this block on Paolo Banchero. Dude, Isaiah Stewart, it was a block party out there, man. It was a block party. Watch this one.
Eruption in the third. Banchero shot blocked, but a foul.
Another crazy block, except they called it a foul. Detroit had to challenge it. Look at this block. That's all ball. How does a ref call that a foul? We're talking about how bad referees are. How does he call this a foul? Wow. Banchero goes for the two-hand slam. Stewart gets another block on the board. And then Paolo comes back down and says, I'm going to try again. And absolutely posters the hell out of him. This was crazy. This is a crazy poster. This really is. And you got to credit Paolo for this. But Isaiah tries to block everything. So, sometimes you get dunked on. But it was still a fun highlight.
Try to jam it in there. He wanted a kick ball. Here's Banchero. Stewart in pursuit. And Banchero.
Dude, he threw that down so hard. He was like, you're not blocking this one.
Here's Banchero. Stewart in pursuit. And Banchero throws it.
Then he talks a little trash. Now, I'm not sure what you're talking trash for. You guys gave up a 27-3 run in the third quarter, and you're down by, what are you down by, 18 right here? You were down by 20 when you made this dunk? And he's talking trash? Hey, I love it, man. I love it. But I did find out, I got to tell you guys, I did find out why the Orlando Magic lost this game. And there is an energy in the Orlando Magic's locker room that the basketball gods will not allow to continue. There is an energy in the Orlando Magic's locker room that the basketball gods will not allow to continue. Let's go full screen on this one. The basketball gods will not allow this to continue. And if you want to, here it is. Okay, are you ready? Here it is.
It's set for the Magic and the Pistons.
Nah, that's already. I already don't like it. Okay, but now Tristan Da Silva and Desmond Bane. Look at this.
On ESPN. Oh, come on. Oh.
Charles Barkley hated it. Charles Barkley absolutely hated it, bro.
On ESPN. Oh, come on.
What are we doing? What is? Come on, man!
Oh, come on.
Nah, you got to cut both of these guys. You got to get both of these guys off the squad, bro. That cannot continue. That cannot continue. The basketball gods are going to punish you relentlessly for that behavior. You cannot allow that to continue. And that's exactly why the Orlando Magic are the Orlando Magic. Because of energy like that. I'm just kidding. It's all jokes. It's all jokes, man. Bezzy Boy 6, thank you for the super chat. Run it back Thunder. What's up, bro? Also, I watched Booker. He always acts innocent just like he ran Caruso over last night. Play better, Book. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Look, there were some bad calls, man. Don't get me wrong. I agreed with a lot that a lot of them were bad. And but it was like 3 or 4. In a game where you were down by 27. So I don't understand why the Suns aren't talking about the fact that they shot 20% from 3 in the third quarter or 32% from the field. Turned the ball over how many times, SGA got 9 free throws. Booker's 10 free throws, but SGA gets exactly. Booker got 10 free throws, and he goes up in a post game and is talking about officials, and that's why the Suns aren't going to win anything, and that's why Devin Booker probably won't ever win anything because he's focused on the wrong things. You need to focus on why you really lost the game. That's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on why you really lost the game, not on 3 or 4 bad calls. That's where I'm at with it. But hey, man, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for tuning in for another couple of breakdowns. This is another episode of Run It Back NBA. The Thunder are going to sweep the Suns. That's going to happen. Magic and Pistons is just weird. What do we got tonight, man? Let's go over to the what we got tonight. We got Hawks and Knicks. That's going to be another doozy. Let's see. We got Hawks and Knicks. The Hawks won the last one. CJ McCollum went bonkers in Madison Square Garden and destroyed the Knicks in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks went ice cold the last couple of minutes down the stretch. So we'll see if the Knicks can get it back together. The Knicks have a problem because Jalen Brunson can't guard anybody. And they kept getting CJ McCollum 1-on-1 on Jalen Brunson, and he was frying him. He was totally cooking him. So I don't know what the Knicks do to change that. We got Cavs, Raptors. I've been disappointed with what the Raptors look like, to be totally honest with you. I think Brandon Ingram's been smoking weed before the games. So we'll see tonight. Maybe if Brandon Ingram doesn't smoke weed before the game, maybe he actually shows up in this game. We'll see. And Nuggets Timberwolves was a lot of fun. The first 2 games, very physical series. I think the Denver Nuggets are in trouble in this series. I think this series, Wolves and Nuggets, has the highest chance for a round 1 upset. I think the Nuggets-Wolves has the highest chance for a round 1 upset. The Denver Nuggets have been getting exposed defensively, especially in the fourth quarter, especially in the paint. The Timberwolves have a lot of big bodies, a lot of size, a lot of strength, and they've just been attacking the paint, especially in the fourth quarter of Game 2. And the Nuggets need to figure something out there, so we'll see what happens there too, man. So we'll have another episode of this show tomorrow talking about all 3 of these games. Thank you guys for tuning in again. CJ knew the New York fans are rabid. He pulled out the I have a family card. Rabid like what? Like they were gonna the fans were gonna do something to him? Come on, man. I'm a Sixers fan. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like Knicks fans are some kind of gang. What do you mean they're rabid and he had to say I have a family? What do you mean the Knicks fans are rabid? Any video you see of Knicks fans celebrating outside the arena, it's a bunch of 17-year-old kids. Sixers fans too. NBA arena, anywhere. This is sport. This is not rabid fans that are going to chase down a player after the game. Come on, man. CJ McCollum's not scared of Knicks fans. Nobody's scared of Knicks fans. They spit on Trey during that game. Oh, man. Oh, man. How did he survive? Some dumbass teenager spit on him. Oh, man. How did he survive that? Hey, I love you guys, man.